You carry a gun, Mr. Chase?
I never bothered. Ruins the line of your suit.
You used to be a spy. My child is a prisoner.
$17 million. All they will take is eye, his ear, the hand, and don't tell me you don't have the money.
All the Money in the World is about John Paul Getty III, who gets kidnapped, and when his family gets a call for $700 million ransom because of the Getty's last name and how wealthy they are, his mother and one of his grandfather's security people go and try to investigate where John is, and hopefully cross the fingers he can be in return home in one piece. This movie is getting a lot of war buzz, you know, from, you know, the Oscars. Everyone's talking about the Oscars, you know, this is a few of them. The Golden Globes, I think it's nominated for a couple of things. I think like actors and best drama. But when I believe, me as an audience member and me seeing this movie, they must have been talking about the second act and the third act. Because the third act is like a slog to go through. It is boring as batshit. Because what it is, they start to go, it starts like a stereotypical biopic, really, where we had to go through the childhood, see what kind of childhood he has before the kidnapping. So, you know, when he gets kidnapped and we see his grandfather, J. Paul Getty, and John's mother, see how much they loved him. So when they kidnap, you can feel more impact. And I'm like, I understand what they're trying to do, but personally, I'm like, you know what? You can cut this whole thing, and you still have an impact story. You can show the love maybe in the first like 3 minutes, first 5 minutes before he gets kidnapped, or show it through the movie that he gets kidnapped, and we'll see how much he cares about him. The mother cares about him. Does his grandfather does, or is it the other way around? Let's see. You know, see how much it is. Now, when it comes to, you know, the second act and the third act, yeah, it's a really good movie. You feel the intensity. You feel like, you know, with Michelle Williams' character, who plays she plays the mother, you do feel a sense of like, you know, she is begging forever to like pay the ransom and pay this and do this, to do anything to get her son back in one piece. Mark Wahlberg is in this film, and yeah, at the beginning I thought he was like a bit like, because he plays like an ex-CIA agent, and I couldn't help myself, like, he feels like he got told he's a CIA agent, but he's like, so he starts talking about, he just starts whispering and be like, ooh, I'm smooth. Like, he's auditioning for a shitty James Bond parody or something. Like, it feels really out of place. But then, you know, when the movie moves along, you're like, okay, he's pulling a decent, good performance. Now, when it comes to Christopher Plummer, originally, this film, his character was going to be played by Kevin Spacey. And there's a trailer for this movie out there with Kevin Spacey in it, and understandably so, since the allegations happened against it, they changed, you know, Kevin Spacey with Christopher Plummer. And personally, as an audience member, I couldn't help myself be like, you know, Christopher Plummer does a good job. It's Christopher Plummer, right? You know, no doubtful. But yourself thinking the what ifs. If certain events didn't happen in real life, would, you know, you can't. I just couldn't help but see the what if. You know, slowly it calmed down, and then you know, when he shows up, I didn't think of the other guy who was going to play this role. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'll quickly say this: Christopher Plummer does a really good performance, and he, yeah, even though the Golden Globes is a joke, yes, he should deserve a Golden Globe nomination. I'm just going to say that. But except, you know, the first act problems, I really enjoyed this movie. Warning, first act, a pain in the ass to go through, but yeah, it's just, I can see why this must be probably an Oscar contender for this year's award season.
I didn't hire an ex-CIA officer just to pay people off. I hired you to do things that other people can't or won't do.
We have to be willing to walk away.
He's my son. I can't walk away.
I don't think this is about money. It's about power.
Business.
Terror.
Family.